was that? Yo, that shit's scary.
Yo, what the f?
What's up, guys, to another Try Not to Get Scared Scary Story Edition. Today we are going to be listening to some Disney horror stories. If you guys like Disneyland, well, we're about to ruin it for you guys, especially for Michael, because he loves Disneyland. Can you tell? His favorite is Mario.
What? Disney character.
Every time you get scared, you lose a point. You got 3 hearts, and after that you die, and you never come back to life.
What?
Decades, the amusement park Disneyland, located in Florida and based around the properties of creator Walt Disney, has been a place of magic and wonder for generations of both kids and adults alike. However, beneath its cheerful exterior,
what the f are you doing?
Don't be a ball for this, chill.
Have developed over
Calvin Klein
years.
jeans?
Hauntings, deaths, and bizarre claims have been made by employees and visitors alike.
So stupid.
So in this video, we take a look at the creepy side of Disneyland with
That's
8
the brand name. You know, it's
urban
Calvin Klein
legends
jeans.
that may
It's
well
never
be
been
true.
just Calvin Klein.
Oh really? I thought it was
That's the
Calvin
whole brand,
Klein.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh
Heart
shit.
attack in the Haunted Mansion. There is a haunted house attraction in Disneyland.
Oh yeah,
known
I've
as
been in
the
there.
Yeah,
Mansion. In fact,
ass.
the mansion has
Yeah.
proven so popular over the years since its creation at the park in 1969 that a film was produced based around it.
Oh, yeah.
However, rumours have circulated over the years that prior to the ride's opening, back in the 1960s, a preview event was held to select members of the public so Disney could gain feedback. One man, apparently, found the ride so scary that he died from a heart attack, forcing Disney to postpone the launch and tone down the scare factor of
Holy
certain
shit.
elements of the ride. So the version we have today is far less scary than the one originally planned.
Holy shit! Imagine.
I'd be down for that. That'd be
Yeah.
Mr. One Way.
Yeah, it's kind of trash right now.
Pop
But imagine scarier. But like then again, back then, scary was like really not scary.
Yeah.
Of a man who will appear next to them while queuing, and sometimes even sits in an empty carriage beside them. during the
There's
ride
an empty one
itself.
next to the kid.
This man has reddish hair and a red face. He is known as Mr. One Way. He always disappears before the ride has ended, vanishing into thin air.
What the
There have been sightings of Mr. One Way at Space Mountain over the years, and legend has it he is the ghost of a man who died on the ride during the 1970s.
That's lit. He always gets to ride the ride.
Yeah, I bet.
Love Space
The
Mountain.
Bellhop Ghost. Legend has it on the Tower of Terror ride
I remember
many
that
years
shit.
ago, a bellhop working on one of the 4 platforms, Platform Delta, suddenly dropped dead. Ever since that day there have been sightings
what
of
the
the Bellhop Ghost. In fact, he has even been allegedly caught on camera. The Bellhop Ghost never harms anyone, but he does like to play tricks by randomly shutting down lights, freezing up the ride, and causing loud and unexplainable noises to freak out staff members after the park has closed.
What the? Yo, I would never
Debbie
work there.
Stone.
That's lit.
One of the major rides at Disneyland in the 1970s was the Carousel of Progress. In 1974, this was redesigned as an automated musical attraction called America Sings. The ride was made up from 6 theatres, each with a different audience, which then rotated around a set of 4 stages, each featuring a different animatronic musical act. The problem was that the walls rotating around the stage centre would flatten up against one another after each clockwise turn. Debbie Stone was a young woman working on the ride as a performer, and she was the victim of a fatal accident.
Holy
She
shit.
became trapped between the stages during one of the rotations and crushed between 2 walls. Before the ride's closure in 1998, people would remark they could, on occasion, hear a woman's voice warning, "Be careful," near the site of the accident. And this was said to be the ghost of Debbie Stone, warning other workers so they would not befall a similar fate.
Holy shit, that's creepy as.
That's wild. What the f?
Over the years, there have been numerous accounts of people caught in the act of dumping the cremated remains
What
of
the
loved ones in the haunted mansion.
Oh weird.
There have
Weird.
been even more accounts from cleanup teams of human ashes discovered after the fact. All this has led many to conclude that the haunted mansion may really be haunted by the spirits of the dead.
That? Yo, those guys are assholes.
Yeah, for real.
It's pretty creepy to know that people have been dumping the ashes of the
Imagine
dead
stepping on
throughout
someone.
this attraction.
Taking that fool home.
real skeletons on the
Oh
Pirates
yeah,
of the
I know that.
Caribbean.
Those are real skeletons.
Many people consider Pirates of the Caribbean
Bullshit.
to be one of Disneyland's most
They use real
influential
skeletons?
and impressive attractions. It even became a popular movie series starring Johnny Depp. It was also the final ride supervised by Walt Disney himself when first built in 1969. The Pirates of the Caribbean ride contains many different locations, including a swamp and a cave. These tubes contain skeletal human remains.
Those are real skeletons.
The creepy part is that the original skeletons designed for the ride didn't look authentic enough, and so it is believed the design team reached out to friends working over at the UCLA Medical Center and got their hands on some real skeletons. So for many years, the skeletal props visitors would see were in fact the remains of real people. As fake skeleton technology improved over the years, it is said that most, but not all, of the original real skeletons have been replaced, so keep an eye out if you ever take this particular ride.
No wonder why they look so real.
Andy's coming. Remember the famous line from Toy Story, Andy's coming? This was always shouted by one of the toys when Andy, their human owner, was on the way up to his room. It meant the toys had to play dead and return to their limp, lifeless state. Well, years ago at Disneyland, if any kid were to shout the famous phrase, Andy's coming, around any of the mascots at the park, it meant they had to fall to the floor and remain perfectly still, just like in the movie. However, as soon as word got out about this bizarre real-life Easter egg, Disneyland was made to stop due to safety concerns for their workers. However, this strange urban legend is actually true.
What? Damn.
The Abandoned Island. In 1974, Disney opened...
Oh yeah, there was an abandoned island.
That's lit.
And then you can fly over and it looks so weird.
Originally a pirate-themed island, this massive attraction eventually became a nature reserve housing animals such as flamingos, lemurs, and monkeys.
Lit.
But apparently a disease spread.
Animal abuse by staff members, and because of its lack of popularity, Discovery Island was eventually closed down in 1999. Now the entire island lays abandoned. The only remaining life, its natural inhabitants, the birds and alligators. A few years after its closure, a photographer swam out to the island under the cover of darkness to explore. Strangely, the lights of a water park were on, even though no work was being carried out, and the island had long been left in ruin. There were also strange noises to be heard. The photographer left, never to return. But, legend has it, this overgrown, abandoned island within Disneyland is haunted by Disney mascots who will terrorize anyone who trespasses.
I'm trying to go there.
Chill.
That's lit.
That shit's scary as
Visitors are boarding the Space Mountain ride when apparently something decides to go with them. Watch it approach from the left side of the screen and let me know if you see it or not. A transparent beam of light appears to move into the roller coaster and then suddenly
there it is, I see it.
Oh, the top left?
Yeah. That this is a famous ghost called Mr. One Way.
I feel bad for that dude.
According to legend, this ghost will sit next to you on a ride and have a conversation for a while before disappearing. This looks like it could just be a glitch and some grainy VHS tape to
I don't
me,
think so.
but some people claim that this is indisputable proof of Mr. One Way in action. Even if this video is a malfunction and not paranormal,
that's too
I guess
hazy.
the legend could still be true. Number 4. This bizarre video of Space Mountain was recorded by a YouTuber named Jake Tungsten. Jake originally recorded it just to have a memory of the thrilling ride forever, but when he reviewed it later, he saw what in his words was a real ghost. Some sort of phantasm does seem to briefly materialize and hover in the right side of the screen as the roller coaster passes by. Then the same thing happens as the roller coaster climbs upwards.
What is that?
Finally, a transparent figure briefly appears to the right of the track during the descent.
What the f was that? Yo, that shit's scary. Yo, what the f?
I'm not sure if these are real or just some sort of hologram projections created by Disney, but the man who recorded this is absolutely convinced that he has caught a ghost on tape. It could even be the famous Mr. One Way ghost seen in the previous
Holy shit, that big thing right in front of you? That shit was scary as
similar on the Space Mountain ride? Let me know.
Oh, there's a hand.
Together we
That was a
can verify
fucking
this
hand.
rumor or finally put it to rest.
What the?
Alright guys, we're gonna end it here. Hope you guys did enjoy these scary stories from Disneyland. So, hopefully you didn't ruin Disneyland for everyone.
For everyone. Everyone's gonna come.
If you guys believe in ghosts, we're sorry. But if you guys don't, enjoy Disneyland. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys get scared, let us know down in the comments. And if you guys want to see more, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification. We will see you guys again tomorrow.